Legion, it's Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more Stellaris Distant Stars in our Dynastic Divinity series. This is the Task Force Marasma. They're still en route to the system where I told them to hang out for a while. And I don't mind leaving them there for a bit. I think I will... Well, actually, hang on. Let me take a quick look at this because there may be reason... No, I'll put them in a Blopus. That's fine. Let's actually have them hang out. This is the system I told them to come to, so this works quite well. We're not going to set that as the home base, but if we have them in orbit and then we upgrade this thing pretty soon to have the crew quarters, then we will have a pretty decent income reduction, or income boost, a upkeep reduction for that fleet. So we had the raiders really psych us out at the end of the last episode. We thought we were going to get raided, and then I think they tried to go through these guys' territory and just got absolutely trashed. So that didn't work out for them, ha. But, hang on, we still have other stuff to do here. Let me go ahead and build a temple.
The faithful have claimed
Something stirs. Aha! Something stirs on the moon of Rossogeli Secundus. Preliminary scans indicate that some ancient technology has become active, possibly as a response to our colonization efforts. Several of our top scientists are eager to take a closer look at the moon and have prepared a special research project. Of course they have.
Situation log updated.
Well, this sounds new. Left behind, available. Strange readings are coming from the planet's moon. It could be nothing, but it could be something. Oh. With a ship in orbit acting as a relay, the colony's scientists will carefully scan the moon's surface in order to get to the heart of the matter. That's kind of annoying, though, because all of my science ships are a decent ways away, I feel like. Actually, you're pretty close. Which one's closer? Would I rather have you... I think I'd rather... Yeah, I'm going to send you. Also, that reminds me, let's go ahead and I'll queue up that research project. Let me see what other... Where are the other creatures? Alright, good. We can get to them, believe it or not. Those are the creatures we haven't scanned yet. Hang on, I have to do this again. Research project and system. Because it's not the right order. I need to do that one first. Yeah, these borders are open to us now, so I can potentially finish this project if I move swiftly-ish. Those borders are not open to us. Damn. So we're going to have to find a way to get the gyroid to let us in, possibly through war. We'll see. Let me go ahead and order the upgrade of Task Force Marasma, which they're going to take care of that in the TEM system, which is quite near Oblopus. And we'll go back to Speed 3 and try and let it run on that for a while, because we have so much to do. A light was seen moving in the night sky of Old Orin, its gentle arc standing in stark contrast to the slow revolution of the stars. The citizens of Old Orin see it as proof of recognition by the powers that be and a subtle blessing of our cause. So for 5 years, we will actually be happier on Old Orin. Not a noticeable boost to our empire-wide income because we have a ton of planets at this point and mining stations. But anyway, in gentle orbit around the massive TD-112 floats a portable databank. Let's take a closer look. Scooped up by the HSV Commodore, it is found to contain text in some alien language. The vocabulary is not wholly unfamiliar, but the syntax is disconcertingly complex. Science Officer Modric Den Bachnar recommends a more thorough study to decipher the text contents and origin. Analyze it on Old Orin.
Situation log updated.
So we're going to go ahead and look at that really quickly. Our modification project for the Miravandia is going to be done in a little shy of a year and a half.
The spirits have granted us new wisdom.
Okay, good. Flak batter. We're going through some of the cheaper technologies and getting them kind of knocked out. We could do... I don't want to do robots. It's just... It doesn't fit. It doesn't fit. I think I'll probably avoid it. I've avoided it for a few playthroughs now, so... I mean, I did a full synthetic playthrough for Synthetic Dawn. That was called Cooperate or Die, so if you want to see me do robots, go to that series. And I think I also have robots in High Dominion, which will be coming back in a few days, by the way. BT-863 has been partially hollowed out and carved with exquisite precision. There is something familiar about the lines and curves etched into the rock. Research. Okay, so you're done here. Let's go ahead and build those stations. Tourville has something that needs to be built. Let's see, why don't we go ahead and get a gene clinic going there. And we do need a temple here as well, so I'll go ahead and throw that down. And we need a visitor center, so let's go ahead and do the trifecta. Speaking of that, I probably need to do that on more than one world. Yeah, let's... Oh, we don't have a temple here yet. Dang it. Let's put you here. I really don't need all these food tiles on this planet. This is not going to be a major food planet, and I mean, we're going to expand it later with that edict anyway. So, no, I'm not going to replace that food tile, though. May as well kind of spread things around and not focus my removal of certain tile types on one resource. You know? Try to be fair. All right, let's unpause.
System survey complete.
All right, so this station
Our
is done.
ships have been improved. Construction complete.
This is now a star fortress in Haben, so we definitely need to upgrade this. Let's go ahead and give it a hangar bay, followed by another gun battery, another missile. Yeah, let's just... This is going to be a pure defensive station. And then a target uplink computer for similar reasons. And a disruption field generator sounds like a good idea, but... Yeah, I think I'd rather do the communications jammer. That's actually what I thought the disruption field generator, the effects, I got confused in my head, so that's what I wanted, and that's what I was saying was probably a good idea. But I was talking about the opposite thing by mistake. Okay, so what else do we have here? So I was just making sure my audio was ducking, which it is. Aha! Here follows the latest newsletter for all of our patrons. The Enclave is in a frisky mood. The creation of the Scintillas Rift has caused many an artist to change their primary focus to creating new experiences for it. So far, the most noteworthy to come out of this endeavor is an orchestral piece conveyed via scent. Our work continues, and any donations would be greatly appreciated. Now, we don't have energy to do this, so we can't afford to donate now. Unfortunately, we would get some influence for it, but... Most of the asteroid has been laser chiseled with great precision into the likeness of a small Oranathi temple or large shrine, a shrine to the Untold, the great destroyer deity of old Oranathi faiths. The temple has been tumbling through the quiet of space for far longer than we have been capable of spaceflight, which is disturbing at best, terrifying at worst. Naturally, Science Officer Madre Den Bachnar urges us to search for more stellar objects that match the characteristics of the space temple, and has uploaded a list of likely candidates and nearby systems to the situation log. Now, obviously, the game is giving us the spiritual option of saying we will not suffer this heresy, but I don't think that's necessarily what a spiritual empire would say. I think a spiritual empire might get excited about this, thinking it might be a sign from the gods. So I'm actually going to say, then a looking we shall go. And let's have a quick look at where the shrines are. Oh, all three of them are right there. All three. Nice. So this will be pretty easy. We still haven't done the experimental subspace navigation yet. I need to play with that. Alright, well... Alright, so this guy's already moving to the Spica system. So... when he gets to Spica, he should discover the shrine. The one that's already in Spica...
Situation
there we go.
Updated.
Actually, it just happened. The HFC Commodore has entered the Spica system, and his crew report that the stellar object, not unlike the Shrine of the Untold, is indeed orbiting the star. Let us investigate. Okay. Go look at that, please. This will be done pretty quickly. The HSV Inaldor has entered the Ridgeon system, and its crew report that the stellar object, not unlike the Shrine of the Untold, is indeed orbiting the star. Research that one, please.
Construction complete.
Okay, how are we doing influence-wise? Can we add more systems? Probably can. Yep, let's add Himpra and be done with this portion of things. Unusual reading suggests there may be more to this desolate world than meets the eye. This is in Hixar. Over here. Okay, research. Alright, so you're at the Tem station and you're done upgrading. Let's go ahead and send you to Ablopus as planned. Have you hang out there, and then we will need, once we have the minerals, which we'll have them quite soon, actually, to go ahead and give the order for a Star Fortress upgrade in Ablopus.
The faithful have claimed a new world.
This would be a good frontline defense if the raiders do ever get to my territory.
Construction complete.
We're going to want that station to be one of the more built-up ones. Deciphering the pictograms in the Benefactress Shrine was a much smoother process than anticipated. All linguists involved described the language quickly connecting or clicking in their minds despite its age and complexity. However, the writings are unlikely to make much sense until they are combined with the other writs associated with the rest of the Quadrumvirate godhead. Fascinating. Fascinating indeed. Alright, so why don't we go ahead and build these mining stations. Primordial Soup! Nestled in sheltered pockets across Hixar 6A's surface is a rich sludge of simple organic compounds that our researchers believe could be a hotbed for abiogenesis, the spontaneous formation of organic life from lifeless matter, made possible by Hixar 6A's unusually thick atmosphere. Although the planet presents a unique opportunity to study what could be the early stages of the origin of life, it would be best to set our expectations low, as it may still be millions of years before life evolves naturally on Hixar 6A, if at all.
The spirits have granted us new wisdom.
After days of activities that can be best termed fiddling, Science Officer Pudrid Den Harak has retrieved a Doctrine of the Undaunted, a textile scroll coated with a sturdy plastic polymer. Fascinating. Alright, so we have one other shrine to investigate, and we'll already get the reward for that. Let's see. Autocannon research is done. L-Gate Insight 3, there it is. Anything I want first? Quantum missiles, maybe? Nah, let's go ahead and go for the new L-Gate Insight. Still a Voidcraft tech, so that's helping out. The Miravandia modification will be done in 6 months. The Genesis shipyard has been upgraded, so let's see what we can add to you. Honestly, just another shipyard and trading hub is what I want there. And a fleet academy would be good. We do need to rename these planets at some point, but not just yet. Can't do anything for you, and we will also, I need to do the basic
complete.
Expansion buildings there. Unemployment, yes I know, I just put him there. Rivalry, Zin Empire has declared Holy Miravandia Confederation their rival. Okay, well that means the Zin Empire will probably be in opposition to us.
Situation log updated.
Okay, so I'm not going to read that again, because it's the same thing every time. But let's research this, and then I want you to go back to automatic exploration, please and thanks. And then you can build a gene clinic. You can have a temple, sir. And we could go ahead and give one of these smaller energy tiles. Oh, no, just kidding, we can't. We don't have...
System survey complete.
Now we do. Didn't have the minerals for it, but we fixed that quickly. Don't have a population for that yet, but we will before long. This terraforming project will be done in less than 2 years. About 1.5 years left at this rate. Nice. Stratal Station is done. Same thing. We're going to do a 3rd shipyard and another trading hub and a fleet academy. So we've hit our food cap already. Told you it'd be fast. I'm not even... Honestly, I don't even know when it happened. Right, the Himper system has been added. Let's go ahead and build those stations. Did I queue up all of these? No, I didn't. There we go. So we need to keep going in this direction now as soon as possible.
Special project complete.
Here we go. The Shrine to the Percipient. Science Officer Pudrig Den Harak has reported back with the HSV Inaldor's finding at the Percipient's Shrine. They recognized early on that a text in some logographic script is inlaid in the walls, heavily distorted by the layers of translucent lacquer. Initial attempts at unscrambling the text, relying on the raw processing power of the HOV Inaldor's computers to reconstruct the text from plain images, proved fruitless, as it was simply too distorted to place in any known lingual family tree. Next, the crew of the HSV Inaldor attempted bombarding the lacquer with light of varying wavelengths and intensity, but no beneficial reactions were observed. Pudrig Den Harak apparently considered physically separating the lacquer from the inlaid text, but realized that the strange glyphs would doubtlessly have been made misshapen to begin with, only to assume their proper shape when viewed correctly through the lens of the lacquer. Science Officer Pudrig Den Harak was about to call the mission a failure when, looking up as they irritably paced along the edges of the circular space, they realized that discrete lines of cohesive text were momentarily forming before their eyes, melting away only to be replaced by new lines. Not long after they had the ceiling, walls, and floor imaged in a spiral pattern, text from other shrines, not long after they had the ceiling, walls, and floor imaged in a spiral pattern. There we go. Text from other shrines should help us piece it all together. Fascinating. Okay. The complete Doctrine of the Gods, for that is what the recovered texts have have to be regarded as, dwarfing the fairy tale scraps upon which the old Oranathi religions were founded, is as shockingly revelatory as it is revolutionary. With only a little bit of creative interpretation, it is clear that the people of Old Orin were meant for great things, guided by the strong hand of a religious leader. Our path is one to godhood, but our past is littered with prophecies unfulfilled and sin born of ignorance. Redemption is ephemeral. So we can suppress the findings and get influence. We can monetize the findings and get energy. We can say, but can we learn from this and get society research? Or we can say, we walk in the footsteps of the divine, which will start a religious renaissance, shifting the empire ethics towards spiritualists, which we, of course, already are spiritualist. So here's actually what I'm going to do. I'm going to give this a second. It doesn't really matter, but I don't want to lose any
tampered with.
unity.
May the spirits forgive us.
Okay, so we're going to leave this up for a second until another month has passed, because we're about to hit our next tradition, and Ascension perk, for that matter. Yay. Oh, there we go. We actually got it right now. The banner of our great people will one day be as common as hydrogen throughout the galaxy. So let's go ahead and go for cheaper starbase upkeep. Nice. That was a huge jump. I wasn't expecting that much. And now we have additional core sector systems. We have 2 more. And we have an additional Ascension perk as well. Enigmatic Engineering. All right, so we can go for Transcendence, and we will unlock our full psionic potential. I kind of want to do it again. We did it in our last series, and I want to do it again. It was a lot of fun. One vision, transcendent learning, shared destiny. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Let's do Transcendence. Done. The Oranathi species has experienced what can only be described as a great awakening. For a time now, we have been aware of the great psionic potential inherent in our species, but such powers have only manifested themselves in a small minority until now. Almost overnight, the Oranathi everywhere have unlocked their full psionic capacity. It is as if some sort of communal pool of Oranathi psychic energy finally reached a critical tipping point, collectively awakening the latent abilities of our brains. Telepathy has already replaced most verbal communication between Oranathi, and this is only one small example of the innumerable changes our society is faced with. We are now tied together in a way few of us could have ever imagined. The veil has been lifted. Okay, so with that being done, I will now say we walk in the footsteps of the divine and get that boost. Because we were going to be at cap, and I was worried we might lose that unity, which is a thing that can happen. Eulasia Prime. Oh yeah, definitely upgrade that. We have several new arrivals on this colony world. It's good to see. Let's throw down some mining stations for these guys. It looks like that's mainly what they need. And I'm going to let the society researcher just go to town for a while. He's going to look at the prince, which is just going to take a month. Be done in a few days. And then we've got a bunch of society research to catch up on. Thankfully, it's our fastest research category.
Complete.
The text, its title roughly translates to regional ruler, is written in a presumably ancient dialect of the Jurin technique spoken in the hegemony of Jurindar. And the hegemony of Jurindar is over here. The text is doubtlessly of some historical import to them and might contain valuable insights. So we can get some influence, or we can say we will return it to its proper owners. Hail them. Let's go ahead and let's return the friendliness of the game with some friendliness. We understand that you have found the only surviving copy of The Prince, a text of significant historical and cultural importance to our people. We thought it irrevocably lost to a pirate raid years ago, but we are grateful to see that it found its way into civilized hands. Will you return it to us? We will gladly transfer some energy credits for your trouble. So we will also get some energy for that, which is another advantage. The Shroud, like a muffled, why was I going to say mollified? Like a muffled whisper in a dark room, the Shroud calls to us from within our minds. It is a primordial realm of pure psychic energy that came into being at the dawn of time. All creatures that have been gifted with psionic abilities tap into the Shroud in some way to draw power, even if only subconsciously. Since our transcendence, we have begun to see the Shroud with greater clarity. There are patterns where once even our strongest telepaths could see only a formless mass of swirling energy. There are other things as well. Spirits of a sort that gaze back on us from the other side. Sometimes with curiosity, sometimes with kindness, and sometimes with malice. We are still in the process of learning the extent of our new powers, but it may be possible for us to commune with these spirits. It will require the combined efforts of our most powerful telepaths. Special project, Breaching the Shroud.
Situation log updated.
So, let's see, this is another... I'm never going to get a break. We just have project after project, and it's a 17-month project. But, I think I've given the order for a scientist to come look at that, haven't I? Yes, I have. Alright, well, let's... I kind of feel like I should wait a bit, because we have some society projects to catch up on. I am going to wait. I'm going to wait. We're not going to dive into that just yet. I know it's weird not to do that, like, as soon as possible, but... Well, I mean, we might get a research boost that could make up for it. Screw it. It's just a bad coincidence. So many things happening in a row that are tying up our society research. Alright, so that rivalry just got mutually declared.
Construction complete.
Alright, now of course we have room for more core colonies, so we're gonna have to look around. A tubular alien entity has entered the orbit of Throne of Death with no warning or explanation. It appears to be moving... Whoa. That's really cool. It's new. Reminds me of the space obelisk in Star Trek 4. The one that was looking for the whale noises. I don't remember what the exact plot was, but anyway, a tubular alien entity has entered the orbit of Throne of Death with no warning or explanation. It appears to be moving without engines or thrusters, gliding in complete silence through the void of space, cylinders rotating ominously. Though it has yet to display any signs of aggression, it refuses to acknowledge our hails. Our military advisors warn that it may pose a considerable threat to the inhabitants below and implore us to engage neutralization protocols. Our scientists, however, plead that we instead learn from this remarkable piece of technology. So we can say that we'll study it. Let's study it, especially given that my frustration with what just happened research-wise. This might be an opportunity to be better. Let's research it for a month.
Special project complete.
The Enigmatic Cache. Oh, really? That was really fast. Despite extensive research, the Enigmatic Cache and its origin are still shrouded in mystery. Though it is definitely not organic in nature, it is not entirely machine either. Oh, it's because we literally just transitioned a month. It appears to be preoccupied mainly with the gathering, storing, and encoding of data. Its surface is covered in hundreds of thousands of minuscule scratches and dents, in which we've discovered traces of a compound that is alien to our galaxy. So we got some engineering research for that. Interesting, so it's just hanging out. And we're researching that now. We can select a new physics project. So what do we think? Synchronized defenses? That'll stay there forever, and it's not taking up a research slot, so I'm not worried about it. Hyperdrive 3? Hyperdrive 3 would be good for movement. Let's go ahead and do that. And... we do need to I was about to say we need to colonize some more worlds. Ramen 2? We could also start some terraforming projects as well if we wanted to. Yeah, see, I kind of want to let my energy build up to where I can terraform some of these planets, because they're all decent-sized worlds. Tiquim 3, though, I can colonize right now. Let's do that. Old Orin? Let's actually colonize from, not Toraville, but maybe Mudstrom? Yeah. We'll let you come over here and colonize that. Why don't you land right there? We'll maximize those adjacency bonuses. And what else are we looking at? There's more. But anyway, we've discovered that the alien compound found on the Enigmatic Cache is made up of the powdered fragments of microscopic robotic entities, nanites. Some of the scratches in the hull even have tiny mechanical claws stuck in them, and in one we discovered an active but damaged nanite leeching its energy from the cache. From what remained of the nanite's hard drive, we have extracted data that could be pivotal for our understanding of the L cluster gateway network. Fortuitous! So we gained an L gate insight from that. Is it still hanging out, though, is the question. It was in, it wasn't in Ras Al Ghathi. I feel like it was in, what system was it in? Was it over Throne of Death? Yeah, it was. Yeah, this is really interesting. It doesn't appear to have any combat strength. So it doesn't look like something that I'm going to have to deal with in combat, but you never know. Alright, so we've given the order for that colony. I think this starbase is already being constructed. It is. Good. So let's go ahead and head out to this system, because I want to lock down those first.
Construction complete.
Excellent. Mining station. Research station. Followed by that starbase, please. We're going to have room for more mining stations very soon. Migration treaty proposal. Holy Miravandia Confederation entered into a migration treaty with the United Avarian Confederacy. Nice. All right, so the Haneri Star Fortress is ready to be upgraded. I should probably go ahead and make this a Star Fortress, given that this is a defense system. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do it. A little bit of physics love there.
Construction complete.
Hydroponics farm wouldn't be the worst thing there, and we can do a mine for you. This planet's not going to have a lot of minerals, though, unless I do mines on the blank tiles. Let's upgrade you. Oh, I haven't queued these up for clearing. That's better. And you will need power plant. And you will need... We don't have a visitor center here yet. We can put that right here. Done. Just remembered I have to re-up these edicts as well. Let's do that. And there goes our energy.
Project complete.
Ancient drones. It is a gaggle of wayward drones, of course. Initial disappointment was swept away by the drones' erroneous IFF classification of us. They think we are a race affiliated... Oh, this is the one on the moons. They think they are a race affiliated with their long-dead masters. They seemed very excited, if old AI constructs can be excited to see us. Unfortunately, the drones again lapsed into inactivity shortly thereafter, and we've been unable to resuscitate them, or take them apart for that matter. So this is going to turn into something else a little bit later on. But, yeah, so that was an interesting end to that. We've seen this before on the channel. It's just been a few series since I think that event has popped up. So I will go ahead and stop this one here. We're going to keep expanding in this direction in the next episode. No real threat. Let's see how we compare lately to the Oginolox destroyers. We are equivalent to them now. Let's see how we compare to the Boca Sharon. We're equivalent to them as well. So I don't know. It's going to be a while before we can demand vassalization. Again, we're going to have to be substantially more powerful than them. We might even have to go to war with them to get vassalization out of them. The Miravandia are superior to us in their naval capacity, but tech level and fleet power are equivalent. So we might be able to do some diplomatic stuff in the next episode as well, but we'll see how this goes. It's continuing to go really smoothly. Loving this empire building run. Those of you that have been on the channel for a long time know I am an empire builder at heart. I like when you can have a long period of time and do just this before the game throws too much crap at you. It's nice to have an early challenge, don't get me wrong, kind of that Zerg rush mentality, right? But I also like it when you just get a little while to build up your empire before things go too nuts. And that's exactly what this game has done in spades, more than any other Stellaris game I've ever played. All of the galaxies being so friendly. The only thing I'm kind of disappointed by is that it doesn't seem... we haven't met any of my empires yet. I'm hoping there's at least one in here, but I'm guessing at this point there's not going to be more than one. We'll just have to see. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. New episodes are coming out every day at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.